Alright guys, this is the final part. I have 28 minutes after my phone. So I'm going to talk a bit about my script developers, and I'm gonna talk about Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson. Obviously, for my Zanes. Because I'm excited for Zanes the most out of all my movies. Because Zanes is only in a couple years from now. I don't know, 2026, I should be hiring either Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson for my movie, for my Astro Zanes movie project. A $980 million budget movie, man, yeah. Hence why John Favreau was really, really good for what? He's really really good for Zanes because he directed Lion King. There's a lot of symbolism you can get from Zanes with Lion King. Obviously, Mufasa's like everything. That Mufasa is the king, obviously, of the animals. He's like everything. Simba is his son, the heir, obviously. Just like Takis the first is the king, and his son Takis the second is the heir. He's a prince of the north, obviously. You know what I'm saying? He's like everything the light touches is my kingdom. Just like everything from the city's edge to the valley of blood is the north, and the north is holy. That is Tactius. That is Tactius's kingdom, obviously. Tactius is the first kingdom, and Tactius is the heir. He's the prince of Zans. And the moment you pass the blood valley from the north, you're now in the south, and that's where all the demonic animals live. And Aratat's the king of that region, and Ephesus is the king of the mountains. The two animal kings live in the southern kingdom, obviously. Because the Southern Kingdom is pretty much the animal kingdom, obviously. But even though it's the animal kingdom, they're not animals like Lion King. Lion King, they're animals on four legs. No. Aratat's an animal, but he has like human features, like Pennywise the clown, like that animal picture I showed you. He looks like Pennywise the clown, Aratat. I want him looking like Pennywise the clown, obviously. Except I want the actors to wear costumes similar to that animal picture I showed you. You see what I'm saying here? And I want Ephesus to look like a hybrid of the Boss Orc of Lord of the Rings and the animal picture. No, I want him to look like a hybrid of the Boss Orc of Lord of the Rings too. That way he's more freaky. He has a bit of that animal demon look and that Boss Orc look. That way he looks freaky, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Peter Jackson's like, holy shit, Ivan, you're creative. I can picture Ephesus looking something like this. Yeah. Ivan, you're fucking creative, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, holy shit, Ivan, you're creative. Yeah. I'm fucking creative, obviously. Yeah, man. But going back to script developers, I'm going to talk about Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Hence why you're gonna see all these guys I mentioned. You're gonna see all of them sending in their resumes. Ryan Coogler will definitely send in his resume. Obviously, the Rooster Bars are gonna send it because they all rather work for me. Yeah, I'd rather work for Ivan, be the boss of his company, like I'm saying, get paid, strike it rich. And these guys are all gonna strike it rich, man. Ivan's willing to give us 0.1% of the pie. Yeah. The only ones I'm willing to give 0.2% of the pie are Jon Favreau, J.J. Abrams, and like Michael Bay, Christopher Nolan, and all them. They're all worth 0.2 because they're really, really big. Whereas all the other guys like the Russo brothers, Ryan Coogler, Ryan Johnson, I'll give them 0.1. Which is good enough. Like, you're making, I don't know, 40 million royalties for my fucking movie. That's a good deal. And you get your rich, like 3 million yearly salary. You get your rich bonuses. Your rich like 12 million bonus. I'm giving you a good deal. And you get the perks. I take you and your wife and your family on 2 vacation. That's a good deal for all those guys. And all those guys are going to send in their resumes, guaranteed, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see, you're looking at a bidding war in Hollywood for Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, as well as guys like Ryan Johnson, Ryan Coogler, and J.J. Abrams. Well, I don't know about J.J. Abrams, because he fucked up stars. I'm joking. Looking at a bidding war in Hollywood with all those guys. Kevin Feige is going to throw Ryan Coogler a lot of money. If I consider hiring Ryan Coogler, Kevin Feige is going to throw Ryan Coogler a lot of money. Oh, hey, Ryan, we'll pay you. You're going to see that shitty look on Kevin Feige's face. Ryan, I'm saying I can't compete with Ivan's offer. Ivan's king, I'm saying he has what, tens of billions in his bank. You know what I'm saying? He has the keys, we can't compete with him, obviously. Ryan, I'll pay you, alright, Ryan, I'll pay you $10-15 million for Black Panther 3. How does that sound? And I'll give you a small percentage of the profits. But even then he can't compete with my offer. As 0.1% of my movie is more money than how much Kevin Feige can offer Ryan Coogler. But Kevin Feige might get desperate and he might offer Ryan Coogler a lot of money. Hey Ryan, we'll pay you $20 million, we'll pay you $50 million for Black Panther 3. You know what I'm saying? And we'll give you like a small percentage of the profits. I don't know, $20 million in royalties we'll give you, $18 million in royalties we'll give you. And Ryan Coogler was like, yeah, I'd rather work for Ivan. You can't compete with Ivan's offer, Kevin. Sorry, Kevin. I'm working for Ivan. Because my Marvel Studios is big, man. Marvel Studios is big. They're owned by Disney, obviously. They're big, obviously. And yet my company will blow Marvel Studios out of the water, man. Marvel Studios, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, guys, blows every other franchise out of the water in Hollywood, guys. All their movies average $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? And even Marvel is small compared to my movies. As my movies are gonna gross like $100+ billion. I don't know. Zane's will gross 112+ billion, perhaps even more. If a billion people buy my movie will gross 160 billion, and me and VJ will make more. We'll end up making like 90 billion for the movie. If a billion people buy it. If a billion people buy it, me and VJ will make 90 billion. 90 billion for the not about 90 billion bucks for what? For the movie and all those other what? And all the Zane's actors will make more money too. They'll make like John Boyega will make like 7 million in royalties. They'll make more. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They're gonna make a lot of money, man. If my movie grosses a billion, Jon Favreau will make his like close to $100 million in royalties. If a billion people buy a movie, he'll make about like 100 million. Jon Favreau, 80, 95 maybe he'll make around there, close to 100 million he'll make if it does a billion. If a billion people buy it. Obviously, well, my guess is probably maybe 850, 900 million people buy it. Obviously, right? Because most people in Africa don't speak English. Most people in the Middle East don't speak English. And I'm only releasing my movie in 6 languages, hence they won't understand the movie. And Amazon is not in Africa and they're not in the Middle East, hence it cuts it down. And the majority of the world has families, that cuts it down. And more than half the population is children, that cuts it down, yeah. You're looking at like 800 million, maybe 900 million people buying it. Something crazy, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I heard the Russo brothers sign a deal with Netflix. Netflix is going to throw the Russo brothers a lot of money, too. You know what I'm saying? We'll pay you this. We'll pay you this. You know what I'm saying? Anthony and what? Anthony, I forget. Anthony Russo and what's the other guy's name? Is it John Russo, I think? Yeah, we'll pay you this, Anthony and John, you know what I'm saying? And then like, yeah, I'd rather work for Ivan. Ivan gave us a better deal. Yeah, Hollywood cannot compete with my offer. The moment I give them a piece of profits, I am now easily beating out Hollywood. Hollywood cannot compete with my offer. Because they know my movies, yeah, we know Ivan's movies are going to gross like $100+ billion. And you know what I'm saying? Ivan means you're going to make their tens of billions of dollars in profits for the profit, obviously. And the moment he gives all the actors and directors and all them and the script developers all them a piece of the pie, they're going to strike it rich. Yeah, they're going to make their tens of millions in royalties. Even if you get 0.01, 0.2, you're making your nice millions, man. You're not making your tens of millions. You're making your tens of millions too. You're not making your tens of millions, but you're making your nice first digit millions. Your nice 5, your nice 6, your nice 10, your nice 13. You're still making good money. At 0.01% for a Hollywood movie is only like 100 grand. Whereas for Ivan's movie, it's a couple million because my movies grow so much money. That's why Hollywood cannot compete with my company. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. James Gunn, Zack Snyder, Warner Bros. Will throw James Gunn a lot of money too. Because I might hire James. James Gunn's good too. I can hire him. I can hire Zack Snyder. They're good candidates too to work for my company, obviously. Zack Snyder is very talented. I think Zack Snyder is a very, very talented individual, obviously. He produced what? I believe he produced some of the DC movies. Obviously, he directed them too, obviously. But my script developers will be my assistant directors too. They're going to be helping out all my directors for my movie. They're going to have many hats. That's why I want to hire guys who wrote movies and who also directed movies. That way they can also assist my directors in the movie, obviously. So Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will also be my assistant directors. During the 4 year, I'm going to have them assist Peter Jackson, Guillermo del Toro, or Mel Gibson. Assist them a little bit. Okay, John, Dave, help them out a little bit sometimes. Ivan, yeah. I don't pay you. I'm not going to pay you 3.5 million, 2.1 million for nothing. No, man. Help out what? Peter Jackson, Guillermo del Toro during the 9 months. Help them out. Obviously, at the same time, I want you helping out the others with the business, obviously. I don't pay you. I'm going to put you to work every day, man. I'm not going to have you slack off, man. You're going to be hard at work 7 days a week for the 9 months. And because they're getting their nice 3.5 million and 2.1 million check, obviously, Jon Favreau, they're going to work hard. It's a nice paycheck. John's making, I don't know, his like 100,000 every 2 weeks. He'll work hard. Yeah. He'll work hard. Sorry, 2 million is what? Yeah, he's making like his 100,000 every 2 weeks, John. And Dave Filoni's making his like 50,000 every 2 weeks. Fat check, they're going to work hard for me, obviously. See what I'm saying? Yeah, if I choose Michael Bay and Christopher Nolan, that would be the ultimate team, man. Because Michael Bay and Christopher Nolan are big, man. They're fucking big. They're big, man. And Michael Bay would be the boss of my company. High chance Michael Bay will even send him his resume too, because he knows I can pay him more money than how much Hollywood can pay him. See what I'm saying? As Michael Bay probably only makes like 25 million for his movies, and he gets like a piece of the profits, and he makes like an extra 20 million bucks for himself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because Michael Bay knows I can pay him a lot of money. Yeah, Ivan can easily afford. Yeah, I can easily afford to pay Michael Bay and Christopher Nolan their bonus, no problem. Yeah, if you're like, yeah, Ivan, we can easily pay them their bonus. We're gonna make we're gonna make our $70 billion with the movies and merch. Easy pay Michael Bay and Christopher Nolan their nice 60 million bonus and 40 million bonus. And I'll pay Michael Bay his $9 million yearly salary and his $5 million yearly salary. He gets his $100,000 raise. I'll give him a $50,000 royalty check for after film is complete. That's a good paycheck for him. And I'll give him 0.3% of the profits, Michael Bay. But the problem with Michael Bay, he's too big, man. If I give him 0.3% of the profits, it's going to affect the budget, obviously, of with the other actors. Because I'm giving him 0.3, you see what I'm saying? That's why high chance I will not hire him. Sorry, Michael Bay. And Christopher Nolan's expensive, too. I'd rather hire cheaper people. Like the other guys I mentioned. Those guys are all cheaper. All those other guys will gladly do a movie for me for 21. They gladly work for me for a $25 million signing bonus. Are richly sour and 0.1% of profits, they gladly accept the deal because they're going to make their like $40 million in royalties, more than how much Hollywood pays them. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving them a good deal. But all those guys are going to send in their resumes for my Skyscraper company. Looks to be crazy, man. Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, the Russo brothers, Ryan Coogler, Ryan Johnson, James Gunn. You know what I'm saying? Even guys like Waika Waititi. All these directors are gonna send in their fucking resumes, man. Even James Cameron might send his resumes too. But James Cameron's too old, man. I would never hire him. He's too fucking old. He's almost 7 years old. I'm not gonna hire old guys. You need to at least be like in your 50s. If 60 years old is not bad. If you're 60, that's fine. But the moment you're like 65, 70, you're too old. I'm not gonna hire old people. No, I want younger people. I want people who are like in their 40s, 50s, pushing 60. Those guys are fine. Whereas the moment you're like 65, 70, I'm not hiring you. You're too old, man. I want my team to be young. You know what I'm saying? To be younger. The Russo brothers are all young. They're all like 50. They're like about 50 years old. Those guys are young. James Gunn and Zack Snyder, those guys are all young people. They're all like in their late 40s, early 50s. They're young people, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Ryan Coogler is young. Ryan Coogler is only in his 30s. Very young. So if Ryan Coogler were hired, I'd have him work for me till like even into phase 2. Because he's young. He's only like 30. He's only like 30, like 4 years old, 35 years old. He's young, obviously. He's young. Very, very young. Ryan Johnson's young too. He's only in his 40s. J.J. Abrams is young too. He's 50. Whereas Jon Favreau's a little older. He's like by the time I hire him, he'll be like 60 years old, Jon Favreau. He's still young. Dave Filoni will be in his 50s when I hire him. He's like 40, like 7 around there. Late 40s, Dave Filoni. He'll be in his 50s. They're all young guys. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to hire younger people. I don't want to hire like older people who are 70. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to hire older people. And then you're going to see Kevin Feige on Warner Bros. And Disney. All the execs are all going to feel like shit because they can't compete with my offer, obviously. Oh, man, we can't compete with Ivan's offer, guys. Sorry, man. We can't pay... We can't compete with that with Ivan's offer. Ivan's giving me they give them 0.1% of his money. That's like $40 million in royalties. Yeah, 30 million, 40 million royalties. We can't compete with that, man. That's how much CEOs make in Hollywood. That's how much I'm giving you for a royalty check, excluding your rich bonuses and your salary. Yeah, obviously, yeah. And that's why I'll easily be able to grab John and Dave from Hollywood. Yeah, Ivan's a deal. But before I talk about the Peter Jackson topic, I'm going to keep saying this. If Jon Favreau gets cocky and he gets greedy and he wants like 0.5, I'm like, John, you're being greedy. I'm not going to pay 0.5. That's fucking crazy. 0.2 is good enough. I'm paying you a nice $34 million signing bonus, $20 million after taxes. You're rich 6.8. You're rich 3.5. I'm giving you $100,000 raise for all the other movies for your yearly salary. I'm giving you a $2,000 gift card, $20,000 worth of commercial money, $3,500 gas card, $2,000 royalty check for the releases, obviously, and what? A $2,000 bonus after film is completed. Take your family on a vacation. And I'm giving you 0.2% of the profit. That's good enough. You're gonna make your 66, 70, 75, 80 million royalties for my fucking Xanax movie. It's excluding your 50 million that you made for the 4 years. I'm giving you a good deal. You're gonna strike it rich. You're gonna make your I don't know. You're gonna make your what? Your 70. You're gonna make your 80, 70 million after taxes, Jon Favreau. For what? For my Xanax movie. Jon Favreau will make about 70 million after taxes to about 80, 85 million after taxes for my Xanax movie. So even though it's nothing compared to how much me and VJ made, don't hate me, Jon Favreau. He struck it rich. He made 80. He's 85 million. He'll be worth almost $200 million, Jon Favreau, by the time he what? By the time the Xanax movie project is over. He's almost $100 million richer. Yeah, he signed a massive deal, Jon Favreau. And by the time the 5 movies are up, Jon Favreau will be worth like $400, $500 million. He'll be richer than all these Hollywood celebrities, man. Jon Favreau will be worth like about $400, $500 million by the time we film the 5 movies. Because he made like 400, like 50, $500 million during the 20 years of the 5 movies, yeah. And Dave Filoni will be worth, like, by the time the 5 movies are up, he'll be worth his $100+ million, Dave Filoni. He won't be as rich as Jon Favreau. By the time he films the 5 movies, Dave Filoni will be worth $100+ million. Because he made his tens of millions during the 20 years. Yeah, man. And don't forget, they got their two $50,000 royalty checks for the releases too. They're gonna make I don't know, a couple $1 million, I don't know, $2 million worth of royalties for the 5 movies during the 20 years. Yeah, they fucking. But I'm not giving Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni a retirement package. They don't need it anymore. Because I'm giving you a piece of the royalties, you don't need the retirement package. My other 5 don't need the retirement package anymore too, because they're all going to make their 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 million, 9 million in royalties. And if they don't need a retirement package. Hey, I'm not giving you a retirement package, you don't need it. Whereas Eric Chong, if he's hired, I'll give him like a 2. I can give Eric Chong a $300,000. Pay him a bit more. Keep him happy. I can give Eric Chong a nice $300,000 retirement package. I'll give the photographers a $300,000 retirement package. I'll give the doc team a $300,000 retirement package. That's a good deal for Eric Chong. That's $180,000 for tax. That's a nice retirement for him. And I'll give the web designer and graphic designers a nice $200,000 retirement package. It's a good deal for them. Because the web designer and graphic designers are not as big as the head chefs and the photographers. The photographers are like your main people. They're very important. That's why I'm paying them more. Because they're the foundation of your company. They're the ones who take the pictures, man, for your company, man. They're important. And that's why I'm paying them more. The web designer is important, obviously, but he's not as important as the photographers, man. The photographers are the foundation of your fucking company. They're the ones who take the pictures for your covers, everything. But the web designer is the one who creates your website, obviously. But, like, photographers are bigger than web designers, you see what I'm saying? They get paid. Photographers are worth more than web designers, you see what I'm saying? That's why my company will blow out of the water, man. And Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni can see the future. They already know if they're chosen. Ryan Coogler, the Russo brothers, they already know if they're chosen. They can see the future. You guys already know who's chosen. You can see. I have the keys. And you know how top-notch my Skyscraper company is. You're looking at a top-notch company I'm going to own, man. A nice fucking company I'm going to own. Yeah, man. Now, let's talk about Xanax. I love talking about Xanax. I have a good, 10 minutes here on my phone. I don't know, it's 2026. You know what I'm saying? Me and VJ planned Skyscraper with George Lucas. You know what I'm saying? We took our 8 months vacation. We planned out our 3 volumes of Xanax. We printed out the demonic mask pictures, the demonic pictures of Pennywise the Clown, that Delby and Annabelle. We're prepped. We started the full script. You know what I'm saying? 2026 hits around there. And I'll be hiring either Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson. Whoever is chosen, they're going to be the boss of my Last of Xanax movie. They're going to be the boss. And they're going to be my co-executive. They're going to be my executive producers, my co-writers, and my director of my movie, obviously. Obviously, right? Yeah. So Peter Jackson's hired. I'll offer him a $107 million deal with bonuses, obviously. $2,000 gift card, $3,500 gas card. I'll give him $60,000 worth of commercial money, and I'll give him the $2 million royalty check for the releases of all the Xanax releases. That's a good deal for him. Obviously, if his agent tried, you know what I'm saying? And I'll give him 0.6% of the profits. Mel Gibson, I'll offer him $56 million. I'll give him a $2,000 gift card, $300 gas card, and I'll offer him 0.5% of the profits, a bit less than Peter Jackson. So Peter Jackson signed a massive, I don't know, $300+ million deal, a $350 million deal. Because chances are a good $900 million people are going to buy it. If 900 people buy it, Peter Jackson will make like 250 million royalties. Around there. 230 million royalties. Yeah, he signed like a 300, like $30 million deal, Peter Jackson. His $107 million salary with his bonuses, and he made like $230 million in royalties. There's a high chance Peter Jackson's agent might get cocky. Ivan, what about the merch? Are you gonna get Peter Jackson a nice 0% of that? I'm like, look, man. If you think I'm stupid, if you think I'm gonna give Peter Jackson, I don't know, $500 million worth of royalties, you're crazy. For both the movies and merch, you're crazy. He's not worth getting a piece of the pie for the merch. Yeah, but Ivan, he has value. You know what I'm saying? He directed Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is a big franchise. He's responsible for building that billionaire empire. Okay, fine. I'll give him 0% of the profits. That's it. I'll give him a $2 million for the release, and that's it. He's not getting squat, man. That's it. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's a high chance Peter Jackson might get cocky and ask for 1%. What about 1%? I'm like, Peter, you're being greedy. I'm not going to give you 1%, man. Like, that's crazy. 1%'s like almost like $500 million in royalties. If you think I'm going to give you $500 million of my money, you're crazy. 0.2% is good enough. Ivan, it's a deal. You see that smile on his face. Ivan, you got yourself a deal. You know what I'm saying? He's happy. He signs that contract, obviously. Peter Jackson signs that contract, obviously. His agent's like, yeah, that's a fair deal, Ivan. 0% is a nice deal. Because his agent knows I'm going to make my movie's going to gross like $12+ billion in sales. And they know it's tens of billions in profit. Hence why what? They know Peter Jackson's going to strike it rich. That's a good deal for Peter Jackson. Yeah. He signed like a massive $300 million deal, Peter Jackson. And then Mel Gibson shows and he signed like a massive $240 million deal, Mel Gibson. Yeah, they both signed massive contracts, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Peter, you signed his contract. I recommend you don't tell Guillermo del Toro how much I'm paying you. Otherwise, he might get pissed. Because I'm paying Peter way more than him. And don't tell the actors or my 7 team or the crewmen how much I pay you. You can tell them if you want to. It's your choice. I'm not going to babysit you. You have freedom of speech. But if you do that, you can create resentment in the workplace. I'm going to tell, look, I recommend you keep your contract yourself here. I have nowhere about it. I'll keep it to myself. Okay, he's happy. Me and VJ take him out to a nice dinner. He parties up my condo with my 7 team, obviously. And like, I don't know, a week later, I fly him. A couple days later, I fly him to Vancouver. He'll be staying in a luxury hotel in Vancouver with Guillermo del Toro and the concert artist and George Lucas. Obviously, and we're going to do 3 days of board meetings. And we're going to discuss the Last of Us movie project. Okay, Peter, Peter asks, okay, Ivan, how long do you want this movie to be? I don't know, Peter, I want this to be a nice 11, 12-hour movie like your Lord of the Rings movie. Like your Lord of the Rings extended editions. You know what I'm saying? Peter, I don't want to cram all 3 volumes in that 4-hour movie. No, otherwise it won't be good and you'll rush it. No, I want to tell the story very carefully and follow the story. Tell a nice 11, 12-hour movie. Okay, Ivan, you're saying, Okay, Ivan, how are you going to release the movie? Do you want to release it online, or do you want to release it on direct to DVD or Blu-ray? No, Peter, I want to release it directly to 4K Blu-ray on Amazon. Oh, 4K Blu-ray, Ivan, in a nice box. Ivan, that's smart. 4K Blu-ray, you're looking at an enhanced experience. Yeah, 4K Blu-ray is an enhanced experience for my movie, better than even 1080p on the theaters, obviously. Ivan, you're looking at an enhanced experience, Ivan. That's smart. Yeah, Peter. I don't want to release the movies year by year. You'll make more money, obviously. If I release movies year by year, Peter Jackson would make like 900 million royalties, man. You know what I'm saying? Ivan, why don't you release it year by year? No, Peter. I don't want to keep the fans waiting. Let's release the 3 volumes all in a box set. It'll be a box set, and then each of the 3 volumes are stored in the box set. Ivan, that's cool. Yeah. Amazon will tell me, Ivan, why don't you release it year by year? No, Amazon. We'll make more money, Ivan. Yeah, I'll make more money. You know what I'm saying? If I release the movies year by year, me and VJ would make like $170 billion for the 3 movies. If I release it year by year. I'm not going to do that though, because I don't want to keep the fans waiting. And after I film Zayas, I want to take my 8 months off and I want to focus on The Great Escape. I don't want to focus on releasing all these volumes. It's annoying. Just release it all at the same time. That way you don't keep the fans waiting. I'll sell it for $159.99. Okay, Peter, I want to sell it for $159.99. All right, man, that's a good deal, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And me and VJ give Peter Jackson our notes. We study the notes and we talk about the changes. Okay, I don't want Taki's eyes glowing blue. I want his eyes changing color. I don't want Aratat's eyes glowing red. I want his eyes changing color, or his eyes don't change color at all. I want the animal characters fighting with swords, the main ones and minor ones who fight in the movie. You know what I'm saying? I want more scenes with Famiya, more scenes in the prologue with Taki's first, more scenes with the Eagles when Taki talks to the Eagles. He tells them stories, and yeah, that's cool, what I'm saying. And John Hound Ali will ask me, Ivan, what do you want the wolves and bats to look like? Okay, I want the wolves, me and VG take the pictures that we printed off Google. Okay, I want Aratat to look like, I print out 2 pictures. I want Aratat to look like this picture here. Except he's a wolf and he has human features. Okay. And I want Ephesus to look like the hybrid of the boss orc from Lord of the Rings, and this devil being an Annabelle. You know what I'm saying? That way Peter Jackson and John Hound, all of them know. Okay, I want the North to be holy like Rivendell. You show them the Rivendell picture. You show them those pictures I showed you yesterday, those concept art pictures, the way they know. You know what I'm saying? I want the South to be cursed. You show them that picture I showed you yesterday. You got this dark, grayish, bluish atmosphere in the South, the way they know. The Blood Valley is like the Pelennor battle in Return of the King. That way John Hound them know. But at the end of the day, I'm going to rely on their creativity to create the lands. Okay, I'm going to rely on your creativity to create the lands. But I'll tell them my ideas what I'm thinking of for the lands. I want the North to be holy like Rivendell, the South to be cursed, the way they know. You know what I'm saying? And then Peter Jackson will be like, Ivan, what are you thinking of for Aratat? Well, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you want Aratat to be a CGI wolf? I think Aratat should be a CGI wolf, Ivan. No, Peter. I don't want Aratat to be a full-on CGI wolf. I'm not a fan of that computery look. I'm not a fan of that Rings of Power computery look and the Hobbit look. No. Hence why I'm renting film IMAX cameras. I want the natural look of Lord of the Rings. Tell Peter Jackson the way he knows. Obviously. Okay, Ivan, if Grand Molitor's like, Ivan, what about a werewolf? No, Pete. No, Grand Molitor. I don't want Aratat to look like a werewolf. Yeah, Ivan, you know what I'm saying? You want to like Aratat, yes. Like Pennywise Count, yes. I want to look at Pennywise Count. Okay, Ivan, if you don't want Aratat to be a full-on CGI wolf, then what are you thinking of, Ivan? Okay, and I show Peter Jackson that picture of Annabelle. You know what I'm saying? I want the wolves and the bat actors to wear a costume similar to this costume here. You have this professional mask and this costume, but they're 3 times scarier than these beings you see, the Pennywise and Clown and this devil being Annabelle. Peter Jackson, oh my god, that's cool, Ivan. Yeah, I think that'd be cool for the wolves and the bats. You know, so you're looking at devils, Ivan. Yeah, you're looking at devils. I'm like, holy shit, Ivan, you're prepped. You know what I'm saying? You took your notes with your wife. You studied my Fellowship of the Ring script. You studied the Side-Fold book. You even printed out the pictures for the animal characters. Yeah. You have ideas for the lands. Yeah. Holy shit, Ivan, you're prepped. You know, so the changes we made. Ivan, you're prepped. Yeah, I was prepped. I prepped before I even hired my guys. And that's why John Favreau will be shocked. Holy shit, Ivan knows his shit. You know what I'm saying? He's prepped. Like, he has no experience in the film industry, and he has everything planned out for his Zane story. Yes, that's why Zane should be the best story ever told in motion picture. And that's why I want Peter Jackson co-writing it with me, or Mel Gibson, doing the concept arts with me, and taking his notes. And I'm going to watch those movies with Peter Jackson too. That way we get good ideas for the movie, and that way you get a kick-ass movie even better than his Lord of the Rings movie by a slim margin. To end it off here, even though Zane's will be a better movie than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings by slim margin, there's some of you guys who might like Lord of the Rings better, and there's some of you Lord of the Rings nerds and Lord of the Rings better who might like Lord of the Rings better than my Zane's movie, and you might even like Lord of the Rings book better than my Zane's book, because everyone is entitled to their opinion. That's it for Ivan Mayer. I'm signing out. Peace.